Ernest Saves Christmas has Ernest trying to get Santa's sleigh back to Santa and to get his magic sack back to Santa so that Santa can go and deliver presents for all the girls and boys. So, the positives on this film are, I really like the Santa Claus performance. He's played by Douglas Seal, who is the voice of the Sultan in Aladdin. But in here, he plays Santa Claus as a nice, heartwarming person who just can't do a thing wrong. And he does just... it's just a really good performance. And he really makes you sympathize with Santa. The comedy in the film, I think, is pretty good. It's a classic slapstick movie. I like it when Ernest rips an electrical plug out of Vern's wall. There's some other good jokes. I also like it when Ernest can't remember the reindeer's name, so he just names off a few stuff like "now Squeaky" or whatever. So that was pretty funny. So there are some pretty good, mildly entertaining jokes in the movie. Another positive is it has an interesting enough story where Santa is trying to get Joe to be the new Santa Claus. And it's pretty engaging. And the last positive is it ends on a satisfying, happy note with Christmas being saved and Santa, the new Santa, where Joe is Santa Claus now, gets to deliver presents, and he takes Ernest and Harmony with him. So it's a satisfying enough ending to save Christmas. Now on to the negatives. The first negative is Ernest's job is kind of a waste. He's a taxi driver for like the first 20 minutes, but then he gets fired. I think they could have Ernest help Santa Claus to get to Joe in a taxi by the end of the film. They could have brought that back. But this is one of the weaker jobs that Ernest has had. It really doesn't feel like it ties into anything. I also feel like the movie juggles too many stories in the film. There's like 3 separate storylines. Ernest with Santa's sack, Santa talking with Joe, Tom and Bobby with the reindeer in their airport facility. They don't really intercept until like the last couple minutes of the movie. So it's like they don't even intertwine by the last third of the movie. It's really in the last 10 minutes of the movie. So I just felt like it had a little too much going on for the film, so it felt like it cut to a different thing that made it a little boring. It's also weird that the younger actor with the reindeer, the younger actor that is dealing with the reindeer doesn't recognize Ernest unless it's supposed to be a completely different character. But I think his name was Bobby or Chuck. Both their names were Chuck and Bobby, so it doesn't make sense that he doesn't notice Ernest from camp, so it's just a little weird. And the last negative is there's not a memorable villain in the movie, although I don't think a lot of the Ernest movies really have. Harmony takes the sack, but she brings it back, so like that's interesting, but that doesn't really make a good villain. And then Marty is just seems like a minor inconvenience instead of a real villain actively trying to stop Santa Claus. It's just he kind of gets in the way of trying to make a new Santa Claus. So not a memorable villain in this movie, unlike Trantor the Troll and Ernest Scared Stupid. So that's it for negatives. In the end, I think Ernest Saves Christmas is a fine movie. It's a watchable Christmas feel-good movie. So So it's watchable for the Christmas season. Not one of my favorite Ernest movies, but not a bad one. So Ernest Saves Christmas, I think, is okay. Thanks for watching.